All right, folks, here we are, huh? We got the first month of January. We got 2016. We made it. We're all still alive. Another year, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to get Chris to take us bass fishing with some razor baits.
Oh, guys, I started off the year right. I was up before the lights came on after you guys stayed up late, shooting off the fireworks until 2 in the morning. But I got up, and the first thing I did on the New Year's is went bass fishing up the Peace River.
You did good too.
Oh wow, killed it.
Nice bass.
Killed it. The bass up there are fat, they're happy, they're hitting really hard. Had some really quality fish on. Broke off a couple times with some quality fish up there.
We're going to be talking about bass fishing on this show, and basically in general. I mean, whether you're fishing in some of the ponds, lakes, golf courses, stuff like that, you could really use the same techniques, the same baits and everything, especially with bass this time of year. They're hungry, there's not a lot of rain, the ponds, the creeks are retreating, so they're kind of limited to what they could eat. And honestly, if you don't catch them and get them out of there, keep the keepers, they're probably going to die, dry up,
well,
and it's just how it
you've got to
happens.
cull out a little bit to make these things. These people don't understand. They think leave our fish alone, but the problem is they start dying out.
We're not talking about saltwater fish. Bass for the most part, that are not on the Peace River. We're going to be talking about the Peace River that are really on lakes or estuaries, or I'm sorry, not even estuaries, lakes or creeks that aren't flowing. When they dry up in the winter time, if you don't take the bass out of them, you're going to go back and find a real smelly, dry bed of dead bass and birds eating them, which is fine and all. So I'm just saying conserving bass in ponds that are going to dry up is not going to save bass. But anyway, let's get into bass fishing. You're talking about some nice colors. You're going up river.
No, I was just looking over the razor bait selection that came in the mail. Nice job here. We got a creature bait that you're going to throw back in these logs and back in the areas where these bass are holding up. This is going to work awesome because they are just full of crawdads. When I was cleaning some of the bass that I was feeding the family this weekend, a lot of crawdads in there, so these colors are going to work good. And another favorite of mine too is using a nice worm up there. You fish that worm with a lighter weight and fish it up along the cover and stuff like that. They tend to really work that thing good.
Now, this camera's going to give them a better shot of that.
Yeah,
and Chris is showing you razor baits. I just got a box in from Jim Lands. I just got it this morning. Great stuff, Jim. Thank you.
So nice June bug colors, one of my more favorites. Or if you guys are into moving a fast bait, a nice spinner bait, working it up and down the wood columns and stuff like that.
Got the double blade.
These fish are aggressive. That one's the whip right there, and this one's the limber ninja.
That's tough looking.
Yeah, looks like it's got some cutting blades on it, the Doc Shelton blades. So but besides that, he gave us a bunch of quality swim baits and stuff. I mean, I'm sort of digging on that blue color right there for up the river. I think that always is a key color for me up the river, is blue. So.
And he's got both blues, that the mud slinger and the worm. So whether you're looking for the sea worm, the 7-inch we got, you got the mud slinger, we've got also.
And then one more thing, he's got a dart.
Cool.
Yeah, he's got this 5.5 dart, guys. I mean, you can see the back of the package here.
I think we're going to take those red fishing.
Yeah, no, definitely. What we need to break into is the next thing I did after the New Year's Eve is the boys enticed me to go to Boca Grande.
Well, we're going to do it. So Chris has got some great shots, some great video and pictures of bass fishing. That's why we're going to go over some bass fishing here this morning. And I think on our next show, we're going to take razor baits out with us to Boca Grande or Placida. We're going to get into some of those flounder and redfish out there.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And we got some great video of that too. Now, up Peace River, we're going to go ahead and probably put in DeSoto Marine around there and head on north.
There's a lot of places to put up the Peace River. I think you've got, DeSoto Marina, which is your navigator.
Yep.
You can go all the way around the corner there to...
is that the camping ground?
Oh gosh, I can't believe I can't think of it now. It's a brand...
Sun and Fun or something like that?
It is a campground there. It's on the... I can't think of the name of that street going through there right now. I guess I should have... put it all down here. I haven't been over there for quite a while, but they got a brand new launch over there, and it's a lot of parking facilities, and it's a nice little area too.
But it's great fishing. We're going to put in the navigator there. For me, it's easier. They got the parking lot there, and if you want to have a beer when you come back, you can shoot in and have a beer real quick. So that's awesome. But probably shoot up to the trusses a little bit past there, and
I like the trusses. That's where I start about the trussels, and I work my way on up the river, and I fish it slow, guys. I don't really mess around. I get up there and I just find a piece of wood and I work it heavy, and then I move on to the next piece of wood. And if I find a piece of wood that's out deeper into the water, I mess around with that piece of wood underneath of me. And I also have a tool I keep on the boat that's got a little squiggly thing on it. So in case I get hooked to this wood, which you're going to do occasionally, and I knock it off the wood and go on.
Sure, send it down the line with a stick and just get it right off.
Don't get aggressive. Don't try to blow down a bank as fast as you can and think you're going to catch the fish. Go ahead and go against the current and pitch it up there and let it come back with the current. Let it look as natural as possible. When I take that worm and I go ahead and I put it into action, I should have had something rigged up here. But when I get that thing into action, I don't want it to be coming across like this. If this bait was in the current, it would be going with the current. It would be going with.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, very well scented. Very scented.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah, I got every Italian in the neighborhood
Yeah.
was in my mailbox.
Mamma mia!
But the very girl, I was going to say that these come scented, so you're going to get plenty of scent and they work well. Now, Chris is talking about catching bass up the Peace River, throwing the worms, 7-inch sea worms. Now, also, I'm going to be throwing the, what is this, the Florida Fuzz. Very great. This is the Freak, and great color. I'm going to be throwing that.
This is definitely, this right here represents a crawdad, guys. It's a crawdad, guys. And these fish were just slam full of crawdads up there. Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
You're going to drop this off in there. Now, if that's a little bit too much profile, take these back tails and just rip them off. Now you got you a nice little crawdad with a couple little flippers and a couple little flippers here.
I leave my tails on.
And it's not such a big profile if they're going for smaller profiles.
That's true.
But now, if you're going over in Okeechobee and you're dropping it through the mud and all the stuff, they see that thing come through like that.
They're on it.
They're on it.
Yeah.
Man, we're talking pigs. That is an awesome looking bait too, guys.
It is. They're
Look
thick.
at that.
They're scented.
You got the claws to represent your crawdad. You got all these
Rears,
flippers
yeah.
in case maybe it's just all of a sudden it's swimming through and it's maybe
Sure.
a minnow bait coming through. Listen, bass are aggressive. And the same thing goes is snook are the same exact creatures.
Which
They're
I was going to
aggressive.
say. Chris is throwing this worm and getting on bass up there. I'm going to be
catch
taking
snook.
a walker with me, and I'm going to be looking for tarpon. I'm going to be looking at snook at the same place. Tarpon are up the river still right now, so take a
Yes,
walker
they
with
are.
your shiner. Snook, you're looking for bass. Now look at Peace River Pete. He goes out there fishing. He's got first a picture of a beautiful big bass, and then a snook 5 minutes later on the
Yes.
same bait.
Well, that's the Peace
So
River
that's
for
the
you
Peace
guys.
River.
The Peace River, you can literally catch a bass, a redfish, a snook, a catfish, a
Cobia.
tarpon,
Trout.
shark,
Goes on and
cobia.
on.
I mean, this is a estuary, guys. Listen, if you really look at it on the map, this thing flows right out of the center of the state and comes right on out into our estuary of the #2 fishing spot in the world. Yes.
So get up there and get some bass fishing done. And that applies to anything. Whether you're going to a golf course and you live on a course, you want to go out and fish the lakes after the golfing's done and kind of beat the superintendent back in, get out there, get in touch with razorbaits.com. Great worms, dark colors work great in the wintertime. The water's receding, the fish are hitting. Don't eat anything that you catch at the golf course,
Of course,
please.
it's for fun.
It's for fun.
That's for fun. Yeah.
At the condo lakes, fish them, have a good time. Don't eat nothing out of the condo lakes. They're loaded with fertilizer, loaded with mercury. Don't want that stuff.
Just have fun fishing,
Have
guys.
a
I mean,
good time.
we all talk about this, going out and just keeping, like I had the son out this week and I just told him, just keep casting. You'll find.
You'll find
And
them.
pretty soon, all of a sudden, here he goes. He's catching fish and he's back to being happy again,
And there's some great freshwater fishing, even in some of these inside lakes in Port Charlotte. Now, granted, a lot of them are kind of full of knife clowns and Oscars that people that threw from their their little aquariums into the lakes. But they're still cichlids and they're fun to catch too. I mean, they are fighters.
Guys,
and
and-
Oscars are good eating, from what I hear. I've never eaten one, but I
Yeah.
heard they're very good eating cichlids.
If your water's clean, you can eat it. But you guys seen us many a times over at my dock. I live right on a freshwater canal that basically goes from 9 Mile that goes out into Tippecanoe. And I bag of catfish food and I go over there once a day, maybe twice a day, and I throw a cup of food out. And you should see how many species are in our waters.
yeah,
It's
nuts.
gorgeous. Right now, I mean, I got a bass.
Flappy, you got crappie, you got bass.
I got them all. I mean, they're sitting there. I mean, because it's sort of winter time for us. It's starting to cool off a little bit. Our north winds are blowing now. So this week alone, I mean, we had north winds blowing all week.
It was crazy windy this week and cold.
Really windy, 25 mile an hour, blowing hard out of the northeast.
Get inland and go fishing in lakes and ponds inland, that's for sure. So like I said, but we're going to wrap it up. We just want to talk a little bit about some bass fishing, get you guys to get out there and go bass fishing. No
Excellent.
reason not to. Like I said, whether you're at the golf course, whether you're out there in Okeechobee, whether you're on the Peace River, the
Or up in
Mayaca,
Orlando where my boy's
Orlando, sure you go. Colin gets some nice
Yeah,
bass. We got
good
some
to
nice shots of him in the canoe. Where were you guys at? That was 9 Mile.
Oh, that
wasn't
was
it?
behind my brother's house at 9
Was
Mile.
it
I have a
beautiful?
little canoe over there, a little 15, 16-foot canoe. We're talking
Yeah.
about an awesome fishing vessel, guys. You can't go any better than a canoe.
The canoe is great. If you got to get in a tight spot or a tight place, you know, in some of these creeks, it gets right in there. They're very buoyant, so they're solid.
Yeah, they
Great
fish
fishing boat.
really good. It's a buddy fishing system for sure. You know, you have enough distance between you and the guy in the back of the boat, and they're stable enough so you can get up and do what you need to do. But they really go a lot of places.
I like them. I mean, if I had a choice of a canoe or a kayak or something, I'd definitely get a canoe. I mean, totally different fishing, a lot more boat there. But definitely, guys, get out there and go fishing. Razorbaits.com. Thank you, Jim. Great stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to get some video. We're going to go fishing. And
Don't forget the sponsors here, Fat Point. You know,
Fat
thank you
Point.
for some great beer.
absolutely, to all the sponsors. Thank you, Fat Point, Impact Lures, Daniels
Yeah.
Deceivers. I mean, it goes. I'll forget a lot of them that get mad
Yeah,
at me.
no. Well, you know,
Aqua Dream spoons. Get out there. Aqua Dream Living. Great spoons. We got a fish. I've got about a
I heard
dozen
that
spoons.
we got some new reels coming from Canyon too.
Canyon reels, absolutely. Look at that. Oh,
No, there we
time's
go.
up. All right, folks. We're going to wrap it up. And, oh, look, 'cause they really want to talk to me.
Yes, they do.
We're going to wrap it up. We definitely got some Canyon reels coming. We got some more baits coming from Razor Baits. We got Mr. Wiffle Baits. We've got Impact Lures. We've got Daniel's Deceivers. We got
And,
all kinds
and
of
hold
lures
on,
coming.
and guess what? We're in 365 sunshine.
Beautiful.
So we get to go fishing.
It's not, you know, we're wearing shorts. It's not snowing in Florida, folks. So get out there and go fishing. And the cold weather down here is like 70 degrees. So
Oh,
not
it's
so
gorgeous outside today. I mean, for you guys up north, it's like 62 degrees right now, and like 9 o'clock in the morning.
bad. Yeah, you know, so it's beautiful. Get down here, go fishing. We'll see you in another week, and we're going to do some red fishing in Placida. Got some great videos, snook, reds, and all that good stuff. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Yep, see you.
See you.